Fox 31 Denver, News at 9.
We are still following breaking news in the George Zimmerman case. Live pictures right now. This is on the ground outside of a crowd outside that courthouse where just over an hour ago a jury of 6 women found Zimmerman not guilty in the death of Florida teen Trayvon Martin. Groups outside the courthouse holding up signs showing support for both George Zimmerman and Trayvon Martin. After Zimmerman was found not guilty in his son's death, Trayvon Martin's father tweeted this: "God blessed me and Sabrina with Trey, and even in his death, I know my baby's proud of the fight we, along with all of you, put up for him. God bless." This was a lengthy and heated trial. The jury of 6 women finally came to the not guilty decision after nearly 17 hours of deliberation. Shannon Travis has more on this breaking story.
After 2 days and more than 16 hours of deliberations, the jury has reached a verdict.
We, the jury, find George Zimmerman not guilty.
George Zimmerman is now a free man.
You have no further business with the court.
Okay. It was the story that captured the nation's attention. On February 26, 2012, George Zimmerman, a 28-year-old neighborhood watch volunteer, calls police to report a suspicious person in a Sanford, Florida gated community. Minutes later, the unarmed 17-year-old Trayvon Martin is shot and killed.
My heart hurts for my son.
Zimmerman claimed Martin attacked him and he was acting in self-defense. The Martin family believed race was a driving factor. Police arrested Zimmerman in April 2012 and charged him with second-degree murder. He has pleaded not guilty to that charge.
I felt sorry that they lost their child, yes.
The 14-day trial began in late June of this year. Dozens have testified for both the prosecution and the defense. The prosecution argued Zimmerman did not have to kill Martin.
The defendant didn't shoot Trayvon Martin because he had to. He shot him because he wanted to.
The defense, meanwhile, said the case against Zimmerman was weak.
How many what-ifs have you heard from the state in this case?
From start to finish, this case has kept Americans waiting for this verdict. In Sanford, Florida, I'm Shannon Travis.
On the phone now, we have Reverend Patrick Demmer of the Black Ministerial Alliance. It's a community resource and support group. And Reverend, thank you for joining us tonight. First, I want to get your reaction to tonight's verdict. Reverend, do we have you? Looks like we're having some problems getting the Reverend on the phone. We'll try to get back to him in a minute, but let's, for the moment, move on to some other stories today. First, certainly a lot of reaction on this case from both sides in the next couple of days and possibly even the weeks. We'll, of course, keep you updated on that. 2 families connected in tragedy came together today in Brighton. Both lost loved ones, one to suicide, the other to a cold-blooded killer. And through a community benefit today, Fox 31 Denver's Tammy Vigil tells us they hope it can help foster healing on both sides.
Oh, this is beautiful.
It's a charity car show.
Money goes to a good cause.
And beneath the exterior of these hot rods are warm hearts.
It's called the Brian Seymour Scholarship Fund.
Alden Seymour's son, Brian, committed suicide about 7 years ago.
Do I hear 90?
This event and all the money it makes through donations, a raffle, and auctions 75. Goes to fund a scholarship.
And when Brian passed away, there was an outpouring of people that just come forward and helped us. So this is our way of paying forward a little bit.
Normally this scholarship would go to a car enthusiast like Brian, but not this year. This year it would go to a family they feel connected to through loss.
As much as we miss our son, I know as those girls grow up, they're going to miss having a dad.
The girl's father is Nate Leon, a 27-year-old who worked a second job delivering pizzas to help support his family. Evan Ebel killed him to steal his work uniform, to use as a ruse to kill the head of the Department of Corrections.
He wasn't just that pizza delivery man. My son was just a good person.
Nate's father says this scholarship means perhaps his granddaughters will have an easier time than his son did.
But we had been talking about him going back to school, being able to do that. And this scholarship is just going to make it easier for the girls to be able to do that.
And I would like to thank the family for letting us share this rather hard time.
2 families, both rocked by tragedy, unite as one in moving forward.
These 3 checks are for you folks.
3 little girls with no dad.
My birthday is 4.
But certainly a lot of support behind them.
From the bottom of my heart, from Cindy, my wife Jay, and the rest of the family, thank you so much for what you've done.
In Brighton, Tammy V. Hill, Fox 31, Denver.
Oh, you're such a sweetie.
All 3 of Nate's daughters will split the donations to help fund their college educations. It's now been 1 week since Asiana Flight 214 crashed at San Francisco International Airport. More than 180 of the 307 passengers were injured. 2 16-year-old girls from China were killed, and now a 3rd person, identified only as a young girl, has died from her injuries. San Francisco's police chief confirmed 1 victim was hit by an emergency vehicle, but it's still not clear if that's what killed her. Meanwhile, investigators concluded the plane was flying too low and too slow, and the pilot had only limited time training in that aircraft. No technical problems were detected with any equipment, leading to more speculation the pilots made a mistake. As the investigation continues, the runway where that flight crashed has reopened. A deadly collision in Russia caught on camera. This dramatic footage starts our look at news around the world tonight. Take a look. A dash cam inside a passing car captures a gravel truck smashing into a passenger bus. At least 18 people were killed. Tough to watch, including a child. Another 25 people were hurt. The cause of this crash still under investigation. And in France, investigators trying to figure out what caused the deadly derailment of a passenger train. Tonight, there are suspicions a malfunctioning rail switching device may have caused at least 4 rail cars to jump the tracks and crash into a train station. At least 6 people were killed and dozens of others were injured. The crash is the country's worst rail disaster in 25 years. And as Egypt works to establish new leadership here in the U.S., Congress will take on the issue of whether to cut military aid to the country. The U.S. has given nearly $1.5 billion each year to Egypt since 1979, but the ouster of President Mohamed Morsi by the military violates a long-standing law that prohibits the U.S. from providing aid to any country after a coup. President Obama took to the airwaves today using his weekly address to urge Congress to take quick action to fix our immigration system.
If we don't do anything to fix our broken system, our workforce will continue to shrink as baby boomers retire. We won't benefit from highly skilled immigrants starting businesses and creating jobs here. American workers will have to make do with lower wages and fewer protections. And without more immigrants and businesses paying their fair share in taxes, our deficit will be higher and programs like Social Security will be under more strain.
The president says the House needs to act on the Senate's immigration reform bill. Dozens of bikers hit the road today for a good cause, the Red, White, and Blue Run. The ride, starting and ending in Golden, is roughly a 100-mile journey to benefit Homes for Our Troops. The charity builds custom homes for severely injured veterans.
I'm a real big supporter of our troops, and these men and women come back with severe injuries that normal homes, they don't fit into anymore. They need wheelchairs, they need roll-in showers, they need roll-under sinks, and Homes for Our Troops does that for these severely injured veterans.
Money raised from today's ride will go towards a custom home in Broomfield for a Marine Gunnery Sergeant, Brian Meyer. He lost part of an arm, leg, and hand in an IED blast 6 months into his 3rd deployment overseas. New tonight, a Highlands Ranch mom with dreams of Hollywood wins an award she'll never forget. It all started with an email for a contest put on by director Ron Howard, and now her work could make it to the silver screen. Melissa Wallenberg sees things a little differently through her camera lens.
There, oh, stay.
As a young girl, her dream was to work in Hollywood, but life took her down a different path. Now a suburban mom, photography is one way to keep her dream alive.
I always knew that she had a very specific talent, I have to say, that makes it very unique on how she looks at things.
One day, while Melissa was looking through her emails, she came across the Project Imagination contest put on by legendary director Ron Howard and his daughter Bryce Dallas. The idea is for people to submit a photo into one of several categories. The winning photos would be used as inspiration for short films.
I'm not a professional photographer. I just have it as a hobby. And I had this one photograph that I had just taken, and I thought, why not?
This is Melissa's winning picture, titled Fires Be Damned. It's her son wearing a gas mask because he wanted to play outside despite heavy smoke from a wildfire.
I did no editing. I don't even know how to do Photoshop or anything like that to make it look perfect, and it turned out beautifully.
After submitting the picture on a whim, she forgot about it until she got a call from New York saying she had won.
I love it. I'm just excited to do that and to have something like this in my little suburban life. 5
celebrity directors, including Eva Longoria, Jamie Foxx, and James Murphy, who selected Melissa's photo, will debut their films this fall. But her work can already be seen on the big screen in a Project Imagination movie trailer.
I have gotten calls from people that know this photograph and say, you know, from Seattle, also one from Virginia, calling saying, oh my gosh, I just saw your photograph on screen.
And you can also create your own short film based on the winning photos at Project Imagination, but time is running out. For more information, go to the on-air tab at KDVR.com. And again, we're going to try to get the reaction from Reverend Patrick Demmer on the George Zimmerman case later this weekend. We had some confusion earlier tonight. We will surely stay on top of the Zimmerman verdict in the coming days. And coming up, we are on Royal Baby Watch, the timeline of events leading up to the royal birth and what experts think the future king or queen will look like. And the National League West is up for grabs, and the Rockies, they're in the mix. Colorado only allowed 1 run today against the Dodgers, but was it enough? Raul Martinez will tell you how this pitcher's duel went down a little later in sports.
You get a lot from hard work, like best-in-class 25 mpg, best-in-class 850 pound-feet of torque, and best-in-class 30,000 pounds towing. You also get the best weekend ever. We put everything into our trucks so you can get everything out of them. Experience it all now at the Ram Summer Clearance Event. Trade in your vehicle and get $7,700 in total values on Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4.
Hi, summer's here. It's hot and dry. Time to use Revive. Whether you're trying to cope with watering restrictions, combat dry spots, or just make your green lawn greener, Revive is the answer. Look at the difference that Revive's wetting agents, soil conditioners, and nutrients make. Hey, no brown spots. That's what makes Revive Colorado's favorite water conservation product. Apply Revive every few weeks. Greener grass with less water. Now that's the Revive difference.
It's the end of the model year, and Nissan is giving you a direct line to the people, places, and music you love. An easier way in, and more ways to see. And now, only Nissan can give you the bottom line on all of it. With 0% APR for up to 60 months on Altima, or get 0% APR on Sentra. Your choice has never been easier. Shop at your local Nissan store, or choose Nissan.com today.
I'm always on the lookout for a good deal. Like this. And this. And this. And these. And this. So when I found out about America's Best, I got really excited. You can get 2 pairs of glasses for $69.95 with a free eye exam. Designer frames and low prices? Now that's a good deal. Call 1-800-2PAIR or visit 2pair.com to schedule an appointment today.
Hi, we're the Souls. We're new to town.
Welcome to Monroe.
So you can move more effortlessly.
Wanted to open a new account, checking and savings.
Oh, we can help with that.
We tend to do a lot of banking.
You play?
Yeah.
Discover a mobile app that lets you bank more freely and feel at home more quickly. Chase, so you can.
Hi, do you have a dark blue Dodge pickup with a black interior?
Yeah, we've got a few of those right over here.
How about a midnight black Chevy Aveo with under 5,000 miles?
I've got a couple of those. Want to test drive one?
A Metropolitan Gray Mazda 5 for under $15,000.
You know we've got it. Let's go take a look.
Mazda of Lakewood is the #1 Mazda dealer with the largest certified pre-owned selection in the state of Colorado. So, yes, we've got it.
Wow, she's good. I'll take it.
Well, we are officially on Royal Baby Watch. Rumor has it the due date is today. The press pit outside the hospital growing every day now. So what happens when the tiny royal arrives. Take a look at your screen here. The palace will announce that the Duchess of Cambridge has been admitted to hospital in the early stages of labor. When the little one comes, the Prime Minister, the Middletons, and of course the Queen are all notified first. A birth notice will be written at the hospital. Then the notice will be driven via police escort to Buckingham Palace. And then 2 simultaneous but separate gun salutes signaling to the country and to the rest of the world the future monarch has finally arrived. So what will the future king or queen look like?
It'll be a good-looking child, I presume.
I think everyone's hoping the baby's not going to have his ears.
But I hope it takes after her because she's so beautiful.
Boy, everybody's a critic. Geneticists have some scientific predictions for the royal baby. Let's start with the baby's hair. He or she will likely be on the darker side since dark genes are dominant. Then there's eyes. Most likely the baby's eyes will be more towards the green side, like Catherine, since green is dominant. As for height, geneticists tell us a new prince could grow as tall as 6'7", and a new princess as tall as 6'2". Volleyball in their future. As royal baby's arrival date nears, people are making bets on what he or she will be called. Bet Victor is offering 20-to-1 odds on the couple picking Alberta. Also on the list, Queen Esme or King Ryan. Those are both 200-to-1 odds. And if you think the future monarch might name a king-in-waiting after the king, you can always give it a shot. There you go, Elvis. Ladbrokes are offering odds of 500-to-1 in favor of Elvis, rather. A lot of talk there about the royal baby. All right, break out the Jell-O pudding pops and the tacky sweaters. That's right, the cause is back. For the first time in 30 years, Bill Cosby is expected to star in a TV concert special. The show, far from finished, is scheduled to air November 24th on Comedy Central. It will feature a compilation of Cosby comedic acts performed earlier this year. In a statement, Cosby commented on the reason behind his return to the form, saying, "Because funny is funny." Charlie Sheen claims his latest co-star is too afraid to face him. The co-star? There you have it, Nessie, the Loch Ness Monster. Sheen and a few pals traveled to Scotland to see if they could get a look at the infamous creature, but walked away with nothing. Now Sheen tells TMZ, quote, "Clearly the monster labeled Nessie stayed both hidden and ashamed as it knew deep in her own ancient heart to be no match, both in mythology or reality. To a beast known throughout the Highlands, the Lowlands, and the Badlands by one bone-chilling word, machine." Only Charlie Sheen. Another mythical thing is taking social media by storm. Yes, we're talking about the Sharknado. It's been making waves. The Sci-Fi Network's newest gem combined, you guessed it, a twister with toothy projectiles.
These movies envision a scenario in which maybe the victory is not quite as solid as we thought. And in order to do that, you can't have normal sharks. You have to have a gigantic dinosaur shark. We're envisioning a foe that is worthy of us.
Sharknado was a full-blown cultural phenomenon. The unlikely topic was the top trend on Twitter with help from celebrities and politicos alike. Hashtag Sharknado reached more than 5,000 tweets per minute at one point. We should note Sharknado did not take a bite out of ratings, as big of a bite as social media did. But don't be surprised if it does better in replays. That would be thanks to the social media buzz, no doubt. New Broncos receiver Wes Welker compares his new quarterback Peyton Manning to his old quarterback Tom Brady. We're going to show you what he said coming up. Plus, it's been a wild offseason for the Nuggets. Tonight, the young Denver players got a chance to impress their new coach. In the start of the NBA Summer League, Raul Martinez will have the highlights. And Nuggets power forward Kenneth Faried decides to bear it all in a magazine. We're going to tell you why he did this. That's next in sports.
CenturyLink has up to 40 meg high-speed internet.
Yep.
And it's just $29.95 a month for 5 years, guaranteed.
Yep.
That beats cable.
Yep. And there's no term contract.
Oh, nice.
Call CenturyLink at 800-764-9824 to get up to 40 meg high-speed internet for $29.95 a month for 5 years when you bundle with unlimited nationwide calling.
That's it, I'm switching.
My work here is done.
At Colorado Casual Furniture, just say no to custom order-up charges. Change the fabric on sofas and chairs. Change the finish on solid wood dining, kitchen, and bedroom sets. Change the finish and the fabric on the largest selection of bar stools in Colorado. Get what you really want at no additional cost at Colorado Casual Furniture.
Sure, Walmart has some low prices, but King Soopers has low prices and great weekly specials. Fresh local produce and quality meat and seafood. Faster, friendly checkout and personalized coupons. Plus fuel points to save at the pump. It's an easy choice because compared to Walmart, you get more at King Soopers.
Buy 1 pack of boneless center-cut pork loin chops and get 1 free. And large Hass avocados are 10 for $10. Great food, low prices at King Soopers.
Truck or van, who you gonna call? AutoNation!
Welcome to I Love My New Car Nation. Welcome to Hassle-Free Nation. Welcome to AutoNation, with hundreds of locations coast to coast, where you get a low upfront price, a money-back guarantee, and a 1-year repair guarantee. Go is now AutoNation. Welcome.
Quitting is a fight you can't let yourself lose. It can take many tries, but keep trying. You will beat smoking.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Visit coquitline.org to sign up for free coaching and tools to help you quit.
It's the end of the model year, and Nissan is giving you a direct line to the people, places, and music you love. An easier way in, and more ways to see. And now, only Nissan can give you the bottom line on all of it. With 0% APR financing on Pathfinder. Or save up to $5,300 on Rogue. Your choice has never been easier. Shop at your local Nissan store or choose Nissan.com today.
Join us weekdays for Good Day Colorado.
Let's have a good day.
Now, the Toyota Sports Zone with Raul Martinez.
Well, the Major League Baseball All-Star Game is right around the corner. You can watch it right here on Fox 31 Denver Tuesday night. At this point in the season, you can usually tell if a team has a shot at the playoffs. The National League West is completely up for grabs. It's the most competitive division, but that doesn't mean the teams are playing very well. That's good news for the Rockies, who are only 4.5 back of Arizona. The Dodgers are only 2.5 back in the division. These two squaring off. You saw it right here on Fox 31 Denver, and this was a pitcher's duel. Tyler Chatwood on the mound for the Rocks. In a bit of trouble in the first, Hanley Ramirez grounds out, but a runner does score. It's 1-0 LA. Chatwood did settle down in the 6th. Mark Ellis strikes out, looking. Chatwood went 8 innings, allowed 4 hits, and just that 1 run. Unfortunately, Zach Greinke was a bit better. He went the distance, only allowed 2 hits. Greinke struck out Dexter Fowler and DJ LeMahieu to end the game. Rockies fall 1-0.
We got everybody still intact, and I think like I said, the Rockies have a game plan, and they're gonna follow through with it. So don't panic at all. We're gonna be good.
That's Nuggets point guard Ty Lawson. He's telling Denver fans not to panic. Yes, Andre Iguodala is gone. Yes, there's a new head coach and general manager. And yes, they didn't get any big-name free agents. But he likes his team. Today we got to take a look at the young talent on this squad. It's the start of the Summer League for the Nuggets facing the Bucks. There's Denver's new head coach Brian Shaw in attendance. The Nuggets top draft pick Eric Green from Virginia Tech gets his first NBA bucket with that jumper. The Nuggets are hoping Evan Fournier can build off his rookie year. Off the steal, the Frenchman slamming it home. The Nuggets didn't play very well, though, falling 88-74. They play again Monday. Mark Stein is reporting that the Nuggets are expressing interest in Chicago Bulls guard Nate Robinson. The little guard played all 82 games last season, averaging 13 points and 4 assists a game, and he shot 40% from three-point range. The Knicks appear to be also interested in Robinson. There's no question the Denver Broncos are loaded with talent, especially on offense. Now, the addition of former Pats receiver Wes Welker has only made this team more dangerous. The speedy receiver will have the privilege of catching balls from 2 future Hall of Famers. Welker was on ESPN and was asked about the comparisons of Peyton Manning and Tom Brady.
It's really not too much different. I mean, they're both such great quarterbacks, and you know, Peyton's really made the transition for me so easy, and really being able to work with him and really kind of go over how he wants me to run routes, how he wants me to do this, and really just kind of get on the same page as far as the details.
And speaking of Manning, he's in Louisiana with his family for their 18th annual Manning Passing Academy. Manning doesn't like to talk about games on the schedule unless it's the next one up, but he did talk about the September 15th matchup against the Giants. That's the team his brother Eli plays on. It's the third time they will go head-to-head, and even Manning admits it's a special game.
Yeah, it's an important game for both teams. You know, it's going to be our first road game, be their first home opener, and so you do take a moment to realize this is pretty unique situation, and this could be the last time down the home stretch of eligibility left. And by the time the next time rotates, you know, whether or not I'll still be playing, it would be, you know, who knows.
Hey, don't forget about the Sunday Sports Zone right here on Fox 31 Denver tomorrow night at 10:35. Nick Griffith and I will be talking about the Broncos' upcoming training camp, the latest on the Nuggets and Rockies. We're also giving away a couple Carlos Gonzalez and Michael Kadire home run derby jerseys. If you want details on how to win them, like our Sunday Sports Zone Facebook page for the updates. All right, let's talk lacrosse. This is the Major League Lacrosse All-Star Game. 7 Denver Outlaws playing in this one in Charlotte, and check out Jeremy Sieverts doing it himself in the third quarter. The rip is good. It's 13-12. It's 15-13, and here's another Outlaw, Zach Greer, with the goal. Team Supernova gets the win over Eclipse. The Outlaws are undefeated at 10-0. They're back in action a week from today. Hey, a different kind of football will be played at Sports Authority Field tomorrow. It's CONCACAF Gold Cup action at Mile High. Mexico will take on Martinique at 4 p.m. El3 has been struggling this year, but it did get a win against Canada and is hoping to advance to the quarters with a win. The United States had their Gold Cup game today, hosting Cuba, and the red, white, and blue got a scare early. Ariel Martinez, a beautiful cross, and Jose Alfonso with a gorgeous finish. Cuba leads at 1-0, but USA gets a break. After a foul in the box, Landon Donovan ties the game with this penalty kick, and then the Americans just pouring it on. Joe Corona gets a wide open look, and he strikes it perfectly. USA wins 4-1 and advances to the quarterfinals. All right, back to the Nuggets. And forward Kenneth Faried did a very risque photo shoot with ESPN the magazine. This month, the Manimal stripped down, no clothes for their body issue. Yes, fully nude. Faried puts many, including myself, to shame. The dude is jacked. Look at that. Faried says he feels that this is the year for people to be free and express themselves, and he's comfortable in his own skin. I'm comfortable in my skin, but
good for him.
I'm just, I don't know if I'm
no Fox
capable.
31 body issue coming anytime soon.
Not with this trio. Maybe you, Nick. You're looking good over there.
Faried, though, it takes guts to do that. Sports,
it does.
You know, these big guys, you know, kind of shedding their shield.
It's interesting. I mean, you really do understand how hard they work on their body when you see that issue.
They're pros for a reason.
It's true.
And real quick, Nick, we had some thunder, rain, lightning, flooding. So what are we going to pay attention to in the next couple of days?
Well, wear clothes tomorrow. Okay. That's my first advice to you. Yeah, we're talking about some heavy rains again, guys. And it's probably going to be around 6:30 p.m. again. A 50% chance of heavy thunderstorms for the rest of the week. Temperatures will be in the 80s.
All right, thanks.